Hello and welcome to Dude's Comic Book Roundup. This is my video where I'm going to take the books that didn't make my comics of the week and I'm going to review them. They will be no particular order, just random. Probably some weeks it'll be the order I read them in, some weeks it might be company order, some weeks it might be alphabetical, but they're not in order of which is the best, nothing like that. So without further ado, let's get to those reviews. So the first book we're going to review this week is Thor God of Thunder, issue number 19. Let me check that's right. Yeah, that's right, issue number 19. This is the book they're calling the Point Now issue, the number one. This is the issue to jump in. It's the start of a new story, so that's always a good place to jump in on any book. The one thing I did not like about this issue was the fact that I don't know who this character, Ross Solomon I think her name was, I don't know who she is. Yet she's supposed to be Thor's new love interest, and I'm like, when did this happen? I remember God Butchers, I remember Malekith the Accursed, I don't remember no Ross Solomon. I don't know if it's just the point of reading so many books that you forget certain things, or if it's just that this character maybe was in a previous volume of Thor and hasn't been introduced in this volume. I don't know, but certainly it's not a character I remember. So yeah, it felt like I'd missed something there. It gives you enough of who she is to kind of follow it, but it did definitely feel like, yeah, I've missed something here. I thought it was cool seeing Thor back on Midgard. We've seen him going through time and space, battling the God Butcher. We've seen him go through the 9 rounds, battling Malekith the Accursed. So it was really cool to have him back on Midgard, battling corrupt businessmen. I thought, yeah, I liked, because it gave the book a different feel to the previous stories, which I thought was good. There's a great cliffhanger at the end. I think probably it would win cliffhanger of the week, because that was a really great moment at the end. I was really like, wow, that is going to be cool. Also was very happy to see Esad Ribic back on art. The book is just lovely and gorgeous all the way through. He just brings a totally different, no disrespect to other artists, but he just brings a totally different quality to the book that I just really, really like. It gives it a kind of mythical feel, I suppose, a classical kind of feel, which I think just really adds to the book. But yeah, I thought this was a good issue, a good start to this story, which is called The Last Days of Midgard. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the next issue, and I give issue number 19 of Thor God of Thunder 4 stars. So next up we have Star Wars issue number 14, and I love the last issue, and I didn't think this issue hit those heights. The story for me seemed to wrap up too quickly. It was still great fun seeing Vader kick ass. And I love the fact they've added this wrinkle that Obi-Wan wasn't just talking to Yoda and Luke, but he was also winding Vader up. I like that kind of wrinkle they've added in there, and they do tie up one loose end from the previous story arc, and I also like that. And the effects that serving 5 days with Vader have on Officer Nanda just are fantastic. I really like that as well. The fact that she survived, is like an achievement, but it still affects her. But like I say, I was disappointed. I felt the book wrapped up too quickly, and we didn't really learn that much new about Colonel Bircher, which I thought we would. We'd learn a lot more, and a lot more light would be shone on the whole thing. And the Emperor's speech to Vader, I just really didn't tally up, because I thought Vader got demoted for not blowing up, for letting the Death Star be blown up, not because he tried to take Emperor's power. Where the way Emperor speaks, it's like Vader was trying to overthrow him, which he wasn't. So I didn't get what was going on there. But all in all, I thought this was a good issue, and not as good as last issue, but still good. And I'd give issue number 14 of Star Wars 4 stars. So next up we have Green Lantern Corps issue number 28, and first things, I'm going to get the negativity out of the way, because there's only a slight gripe with this issue, and that was the art. I thought mainly the art by Bernard Chang was brilliant, but there's like some of the pages, they have like one panel and it's painted red and white instead of the full colour palette the other panels are, and it's like, I know in Arrow with Sorrentino, and I'm not sure who the colorist is, but they like have these moments where they'll highlight a bit, they'll have a scene, and they'll highlight something of that scene by having a smaller palette, sort of panel, sorry, over that picture, the bit that they want to highlight at that picture, and then I'll have in that panel, it'll be different colour. Here they've just tried to do it on a normal page with six panels, and one of them is in this colour, and it doesn't work as well as the way they do it in Green Arrow. So, you know, I applaud them for trying something different, but it just doesn't come off in this one, and doesn't really, I didn't feel, add to it. And I felt Bernard Chang's art, the rest of the book, was fantastic. Nothing wrong with it, but just those panels I didn't like. The story itself, I did like. I like the fact that we're concentrating not just on Jon Stewart, that we're concentrating on a lot of different lanterns. This book's got a pretty big cast, but this issue, everybody seems to get their moment, and I think Van Jensen does a great job writing this and giving everybody their moments and really making each story really interesting, and that you're involved in each one. You're not thinking, oh, we'll get through this to the next one. And that's the other thing that he does really well, is you don't feel you're flitting from one to the other. The pace of the story works really well as well. Also, I really love the idea of making some of the criminals that they got locked up on the Green Lantern's headquarters, that they're using them as deputies now. I really like that. I thought that's a really good idea, and that's got a lot of legs on it. But all in all, I enjoyed this issue, and I'd give Green Lantern Corps issue number 28 4 stars. So my penultimate review this week is Justice League 3000 issue number 3. This book is just so different from any other DC book. Well, I say any other, I think maybe Harley Quinn and LaFreeze have a bit of humour in them, but most DC books are pretty dark. And this book, Justice League 3000, reminds me a lot of FF in the fact that, yeah, there's dark stuff happening, but the book retains this really light and fun tone. The banter between Superman, Batman and Wonder Woman is brilliant. It really makes me chuckle. And there's this great moment, because like Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman are on this prison planet, and there's this great moment between the chief jailer and Superman that I really like. And each issue, you know, Superman's character is just so much comedy comes out of that, but it doesn't kind of weaken the character or make a mockery of the character in any way. I love the end to the issue. It really feels like we're going to get some answers next issue, which I'm looking forward to. It's spoon feeding us more and more information of this world, which I really like. There's a great Planet of the Apes moment in this book, which I thought was really good and was really unexpected as well. All in all, yeah, I just really am enjoying this book. It's just a lot of fun, and long may it continue. I hope they have a good run. I know when it first come out, I rolled my eyes, just like, yeah, it does what the world needs, another Justice League book. But they've really cut their own niche, they've got their own feel, and I'm really enjoying it thus far. And I'd give issue number 3 of Justice League 3000 5 stars. So finally this week we have Batman issue number 28. And this issue we take a month out from the Year Zero story arc, and we get a glimpse of what Batman Eternal is going to be like. This book gives us some very interesting hints to the future. We have Harper Row now as Batman's sidekick, Bluebird, and she's a lot cockier than I remember her being, so there's a lot of questions there straight away. Catwoman now seems to be in charge of the underworld in Gotham. There seems to be a curfew in Gotham as well, and everybody's kind of on lockdown. So you get reading the book, and it does feel like you've missed a lot, and you've been dumped into the future, and you're trying to figure out how everything fits in and what's been happening here. It does raise a lot of questions, you know, and it's difficult to judge how good the book is, because you're all the time kind of trying to figure out, well, what's happened here, and why is this like this and that like that. It's like we get this, there's a cliffhanger at the end where we get a character that a lot of people have been clamoring for to return to the book, is back, but also there's like a female that Batman talks to who's in the Batcave, and it's like, who is she? Who's in the Batcave operating the computer? And you're kind of thinking, well, you know I thought like, well, is this going to be Barbara Gordon? You know, is she going to become Oracle and somebody else is going to take on the mantle of Batgirl? you know? So it raises all these kind of questions in your head, and gives you these hints of what to expect. It's going to be interesting where this story fits into the whole Batman Eternal, whether this is going to be halfway in the story or the beginning, or if this is like a prequel to it, and whether they're going to publish this again to go with that book, or whether it's just going to mention it. That's all going to be very interesting. But I know for me personally, this book left me with a lot more questions than answers, but definitely heightened my excitement for Batman Eternal. And I really did enjoy Dustin Nguyen's art on this book as well. I thought he did a good job on the art. And all in all, I think I'd give this book, despite it like not being the most satisfying of reads because it does raise a lot of questions, I still really enjoyed it, and I would give Batman issue number 28 5 stars. So that's my reviews for this week in Dude's Comic Book Roundup. I will be back most probably on Wednesday with Dude's Comic Haul, where I'll share with you the new books that I've picked up this week, and I kind of look at what I'm expecting from them and what I've thought of them thus far. Thank you very much for watching as always. I hope this new format works better for your, if you like to view my videos. I hope this is working better for you. All that really much leaves me to say is if you've liked this video, please give it the thumbs up so I know you like what I'm doing. I've been Jason. This has been Dude's Comic Book Roundup. Bye for now.